All right, let's get this started. Hello, hello, and good evening, everyone. This is our Monday night live. I'm excited for this. This is a topic that is dear to my heart. So, mastering sugar cravings on the carnivore diet. Um, I want to thank all the carnivore enthusiasts and all those wonderful people who have, in this carnivore community, been such a great support and such a great source of inspiration. So I'm excited for this. Welcome, welcome all. I'm eager to share with you how I've conquered and continue to conquer every day the sugar addiction, how to resist temptation. It is a big thing, guys. Uh, I know some people think that, oh, going on carnivore is so easy. It's just eating meats. But carnivore is really, it's a journey. And for me and many others, it's a journey to get rid of addictions, mainly food addictions. Some have addictions to um, sugar, some have addictions to just eating for comfort, for so many reasons. And my biggest addiction, and I didn't realize that until I actually started eliminating things from my diet, is sweets. I have the biggest sweet tooth ever. And I guess just like any addiction, you never get rid of it completely. You just overcome. And you have to sometimes fight it one day at a time or one commercial at a time, right? Because there's so much out there. So for me, from when I was a very young girl, uh, I've always eaten things sweet. So when my mom used to make oatmeal or porridge, the grown-ups would eat it with salt. I would eat it with sugar. So I would always eat the sweet cereals. If I ate cereals that weren't sweet or had no sugar, I would add sugar. And as I grew up into my teen years, even then, when I had anything that was without sugar, sometimes I would add just to make me feel better. Sugar, sweets, anything that was sweet has been a coping mechanism for me for a very long time. And that is just a matter of how you deal with things, right? How you learn to deal with things. And I'm finding that the more people I speak to and the more people um, I hear their testimonies on how they've overcome a lot of these issues, especially sugar, they say the same thing. It is so addictive. It is as addictive as cocaine, as addictive to like any drug. Um, like for example, have you ever found yourself in the middle of the night and you're up and you just can't sleep, and the first thing you do, because whatever is causing you anxiety, whatever is in your mind, you immediately think, what can I eat? And not only what can I eat, but what can I eat that's sweet? So you go to the fridge and you open it and you start searching. And some of us get really creative in the middle of the night, right? That's how I used to be. Get really creative. If there wasn't anything sweet, by George, I can make it. So it's been a journey for sure, and I know it will continue to be part of my journey. I have no illusions that an addiction that's strong is just gonna disappear in the blink of an eye. Although I'm very, very hopeful. That's a lot like one of the main reasons uh, for going on this health journey is the mindset, right? To understand the impact that sugar has on you, on your well being, on your health. It's not good. We're talking sugar is in everything that happens to us because we consume it. So, whether it be diabetes, whether it be poor circulation, whether it be heart disease, whether it be a number of things, pancreas issues, liver problems, skin disorders, most of them you'll find is because of the inflammation that sugar causes. So, for me, growing up, and I can say this with certainty, uh, my go to was go to the store and get a honey bun. or go to the store and get a cinnamon roll. So it's always been there. It's something that this elimination diet, this carnivore way of life, is helping me to get rid of, to put it aside, to, let me pick the right word here. The right word is to control it versus letting it control me. So that's that's how I have found the solution to this sugar situation. Um, I want to know from you guys. Please put it in the comments. How do you guys deal with sugar cravings? What is your biggest, I guess, your biggest or best sweet that your brain immediately goes to when you think of, oh my gosh, I need something sweet, or I'm stressing, I need to eat something sweet. So tell me, I want to hear from you. Um, growing up, of course, being Dominican, for me, it's always been fighting the urge um, to not make the delicious Dominican desserts from way back that take you back, because that's another thing, right? With foods, they take you back. They put you on this, I guess, on this mind kind of like dreamy state of, oh, the minute you smell your grandma's arepas, or the minute you smell, you know, the habichuelas con dulces, these are Dominican treats that I grew up around. And the minute you smell any of this, it brings you back to a time when um, you were around family, you were, enjoying these things. So it becomes more of a memory, a good memory thing. But we have to separate, at least I do, I have to separate the good memories from the food that is no longer serving me. Well, that never has served me, but I didn't know any better. But now knowing better, it's like, okay. So associating those foods that are good for you now, that you are learning to eat a different way, right? Like Dr. Barry says, the proper human diet, associating those foods, making memories around those foods so that you can disconnect your foods that you ate from the memories that you have with family and friends and special occasions, like a Dominican birthday cake. It was always something special around food. And that's kind of how it is in all families, something special around food. But we need to disconnect those things and reconnect them to something different, something that will serve us going forward, something that will do better, right? We'll do better with, instead of feeling like we're missing out, or feeling like you're gonna lose those memories, or you're gonna lose that part of who you are. I guess I've always had to remind myself, I'm not food. Food doesn't define me, or my journey, or who I am, or how I can impact others. Totally the opposite, right? So if I let myself succumb to those cravings, I will be completely feeling crappy, like I have felt in the past. And still, sometimes when I struggle, I have to remind myself, hey, you want to feel good, you want to live long, you want to see your grandchildren grow, you want to, see your children do great things, you want to be around for a long time. So none of that. And from having done the excuse me, the carnivore, I did a carnivore challenge a while back with, and I was listening to, was it Kelly Hogan, and I was listening to Steak and Butter Gal. Awesome people, awesome motivators, and excuse me. Uh, what I did with that is I actually did my 33 days of carnivore. It was supposed to be 30. I took it to 33. And at the end of that, and I think back on it now, the sugar cravings were not that bad. They were almost completely vanished. Then what I craved was just that energy that I got from eating that piece of steak or from eating those eggs, and the wonderful things that it did for my hair, my nails, my skin, my gut feeling better. So things like that. It just learning to stay committed and to fight the urges. If any of you struggle with that, write it in the comments. Let me know. I want to know your journey as well. I want to know what you struggle with. You might give me some ideas. Um, Another thing that I want to talk about is 5 ways that I have found to fight the sugar cravings, right? Because it's important. We have to know how to fight it. So I would say one of the most important things, like my number one strategy, is mindful eating. So, what is mindful eating and how important is it? It's really important. It is the, I'm sorry, hold on one second. I do apologize. I'm having some technical issues. Give me one second. I will be right back on it. Okay, y'all. I am back. It is solved. Okay, so what is mindful eating? So it is really just understanding and being of the mindset that you are eating with a purpose. And that purpose is for health, for vitality, for strength, for energy, for all those things that you want to do, right? If you want to run a 5K, that's part of the reason why you eat. We fuel our bodies. So disconnecting myself from the idea that I'm eating for comfort or even for taste. Even though we love the way our food tastes, it's important to know I'm going to eat when I'm hungry. I'm going to eat the right foods so that it can fuel my body and I can feel amazing and I can do those things that I want to do. So that's my number one thing. It's always being mindful, understanding why I'm eating, and if I'm not hungry, not to eat. Drink plenty of water, and do your walks, do your exercise, keep yourself busy. And I was talking about this with a friend, and well, let me not jump topics. Okay. But yes, being mindful, knowing when you're hungry, knowing when you have cravings, and thinking about these cravings, and being present in the moment and saying, okay, why am I having these cravings? And then quickly going to your go-to. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Um, Let me go here. Okay, so my second strategy is meal planning. Uh, a lot of people think there's not a lot of meal planning around being a carnivore, right? Because you're eating meat. But there is. I mean, you can certainly plan ahead, and it is so important because let's say you go to work, you need to have your meal prep done so that you don't succumb to these cravings, and foods at the office or foods with family and things like that. So it's important to, if you're going to make your food in a certain way, like let's say your steaks, you want to brine them, you want them to have better flavor. Your chicken, if you eat chicken, you want to, I've learned some great air fryer ways to make them that make it all so much more delicious and so much more satisfying, right? So these are the important things in regards to optimal meal planning, right? Knowing what you need ahead of time, and getting it and preparing it. For me, meal prepping is everything. Um, and I'll tell you why in the next topic, which is embracing sweet alternatives. Oh, so good. Let me get it right here. Sweet alternatives for those cravings, right? For carnivores. So it says strategies and alternatives, carnivore crack. So it's a funny thing that Trey and I say to each other sometimes, when we get hungry, or, and it's not a planned meal time. We do OMAD a lot. So it's fat. I air fry it, like the beef fat or the pork fat and chicken skins. So these are all amazing treats, and it tastes like candy. It really does. Kelly Hogan, who I love, said it one time. She says it tastes like candy. I did not believe it, but once you get rid of eating sweets, right? You train your palate, you train your mind that those kinds of sweets are not the kinds of sweets that you should be having. They're not what's going to serve you or your body, right? Your purpose for longevity, your purpose for being healthy. So yes, carnivore crack is it. So if you have these pre-made, which is why the planning is so important. I buy them from the butcher store. I go to my local butcher store, and they know I buy 15, 20 pounds of each different type of fat. And the chicken skins, I get them when I buy chicken to make for the family or just to make for us. And I take the skins off and I dry them really well. I brine them and I air fry them, and they're amazing. Um, so those are the alternatives. There are many other alternatives. Um, you can do butter, brown butter bites. So don't hold yourself back, or think that there aren't alternatives to things that will satisfy the palate when you're feeling a little hungry, but it's not your planned meal time, or you're traveling, or you're at work and someone just bought in a box of donuts and you're like, oh, deep breath. What do I do now? Well, you reach into your lunch bag or your purse, wherever you have your nice baggie full of pre-made goods, and you take a few bites and then you're good. And it really does help. It and it helps to put all these things together and understand that mindset is everything, to know that there is a purpose for food, and it is not just to cope. It is not just to deal with stress. It is not just to enjoy being around family and friends. The purpose for food is to sustain us, to fuel our body, to give us that energy and that health and vitality that we so desire, and we can attain that by doing this. And my fourth strategy here is support and accountability. Absolutely, a very paramount thing is to have support. Um, the importance of the carnivore community, I cannot stress how grateful I am to all those YouTubers, to all those doctors and people who just encourage on a daily basis all of us to do better, to eat a proper human diet. Like Dr. Barry says, Dr. Chafee, all these wonderful people. I've mentioned Kelly Hogan, Steak and Butter Gal, Emily, I can't remember her last name, but you know who I'm talking about. Not only that, but like for me, instead of listening to the radio, I'll listen to the latest podcast or the latest uh, YouTube stream on Carnivore. I like to keep myself motivated that way so that I can continue to do good. Also, your family and friends. You may face yourself with people who are not that supportive. Well, guess what? During these times when you need it the most, you know where to lean. Lean toward those who are actually giving you that support, and be accountable for yourself. Don't blame anyone else. Like, I have no one else to blame but myself for my poor choices and eating habits. And a lot of that, even though I didn't know any better, now I do know better, but it was still my choice, right? So be accountable, get involved in the carnivore community, get involved with people who will support you and be there for you. Um, and just make it, part of your life's journey to partner up with people who are the same as you, who think like you, who want to attain the same goals as you. Excuse me. To be to have great quality of life while you're alive, to be able to do the hikes and the runs and the weights and the traveling and whatever it is you want to do, that will, those dreams that you have. So the importance, I cannot stress how important it is to have that type of support. And we have that. And that's a wonderful thing. I have it in Trey. He is an amazing support for me. Um, During my worst times when I was mostly sick, he is the one who kept bringing ideas to me of diet changes and prolonged fasting for healing and things like that. So, through his guidance and his love and support, I have been able to, and also he calls me out when I'm doing something I shouldn't, or even thinking of, or say something that I'm like, oh, I want to eat this, and I know that I'm not supposed to, and I'm not even, I guess sometimes I just say it because I'm still struggling at times, right? So, but he reminds me, hey, you're doing this for this and this and this reason, you know, don't go back. Don't sell yourself short. Don't sabotage yourself. Do it. So it's important to have people by our side that do that for us. And this carnivore community is amazing for that. I have never seen a community that it offers so much support, so much love, so much understanding, and just help us through everything that we're doing. We do that for each other. It's really awesome. So I want to thank everyone that is always you know, on the positive, you know, has the internal strength to talk about the negatives and find solutions for it, in a positive way, and keep moving. I applaud you and I thank you so much. Um, let's go on to my fifth way, and that's goal setting and visualization. So it is important, like I was saying, you have goals. We all have goals. We want things that we want to do, we want to achieve things. And in order to do that, you have to visualize it, right? You have to see yourself a size 5 if that's what you're looking for. You have to see yourself walking without the walker or without the cane, right? You have to see yourself, visualize, and then set goals and follow through. Take the action that you need to be able to attain those goals. It is so important. You have to be realistic with your carnivore journey as far as setting your goals. Don't try to push yourself past what you think you can't. Seek out the support that you need. You have to visualize yourself overcoming these sugar cravings. See yourself with a nice little carnivore crispy piece of chicken skin or piece of fat fried. Just see yourself with that versus seeing yourself, stressed out, holding a donut and knowing how bad it's going to make you feel afterwards. Because that's the thing, right? We know that we can succumb to these cravings, but you also know how horrible you're going to feel. For myself, when I succumb to these cravings, and it's not often at all lately, honestly, carnivore has helped me through this so much. And I'm ecstatic about it because I think the worst thing that could happen to someone is to have something like food take control over you, over your hormones, your emotions, everything. I mean, have you ever gone to I visited my aunt, let's say in an like a what do you call it, a retirement community? I wanted to call it an old folks home, but yes, a retirement community. My apologies. But I have seen where, friends of my auntie have, put candies in their purse or in their gowns that they're wearing and they hide stuff. And it's all for the sake of eating sweets. And it is a craving that is not doing them well. A lot of caregivers struggle with holding their loved ones back from hiding junk food because it is a struggle, guys. So, but I'm here to tell you that if you set a goal and you go for it with the energy and the positive mindset and the understanding that you got this, you're going to do great. Seek out the support that you need, set your goals and visualize, plan your meals accordingly, have your alternates set already and made so that you know if you're going on that long trip or you're going on that airplane ride, you have a snack to rely on that you don't have to succumb to the sugar cravings. Be mindful of your eating. You know, we eat to sustain, not to cope. And I know that's not the easiest thing, but we can do this. Together, we can make this happen. We can make for a healthier body, mind, America. We can make for a very healthy population of people, right? So, I'm going to wrap this up. I am so thankful that you all have joined me today. For those who were not able to make it, those who saw this, please share, like, comment, subscribe, share, 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 share. Get the word out. Share with your loved ones. Share with people that you may not love but like and you think that it would help them. Share it with your neighbor. Share it with a friend. You know, if you um if you want this, you got this. And we are here to support. I am sharing my journey with you. Trey is sharing his journey with you. Trey was not able to be here with us tonight, but I'm telling you, he is as enthusiastic as I am, if not more, because we are both reaping the benefits of this new lifestyle, this way of eating that is so amazing. And I want to share it with you and everyone else so that you can see and experience the health and vitality. And I mean, just go for it. You know, I thank you. This is an amazing way for us to communicate how we feel about these things and how we can overcome some of these things. So it is possible to transform your mindset, lose weight, develop a kick ass physique on this path. So join us on YouTube, Carnivore Rebels, for more tips, recipes, support. Connect with us on social media. You know, let us know so that we can continue this incredible journey with you. And thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to write, please comment. And you can always reach out to me via email or on Facebook. And you can join the Carnivore Rebels as well on Facebook. It's an amazing Facebook group that we have. And we want to have more people engage and discuss and talk about their journey and their successes and their struggles and more successes so that we can make this happen. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful evening and have a great, wonderful, planned out carnivore journey. Thank you so much, guys.